member of the United Nations, Arab League, Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OPEC, Non-Aligned Movement, and Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC. History. Human occupation in the region has been traced back to the emergence of anatomically modern humans from Africa circa 124,000 BCE through finds at the Fire 2 site in Nahar, Sharjah. Burial sites dating back to the Neolithic Age and the Bronze Age include the oldest known such inland site at Jebel Bahais. Known as Maganto the Sumerians, the area was home to a prosperous Bronze Age trading culture during the al-Nar period, which traded between the Indus Valley, Bahrain and Mesopotamia, as well as Iran, Bactria and the Levant. The Mzwingwadi sub-period and 3 Iron Ages saw the emergence of nomadism as well as the development of water management and irrigation systems supporting human settlement in both the coast and interior. The Islamic Age began with the expulsion of the Sasanians and the subsequent Battle of Dabar. 30. The region's history of trade led to the emergence of Julfa, in the present-day Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah, as a regional trading and maritime hub in the area. The maritime dominance of the Persian Gulf by Arab traders led to conflicts with European powers, including the Portuguese Empire and the British Empire. 21. Following decades of maritime conflict, the coastal Emirates became known as the Trucial States with the signing of the General Maritime Treaty with the British in 1820, ratified in 1853 and again in 1892, which established the Trucial States as a British protectorate. This arrangement ended with independence and the establishment of United Arab Emirates on the 2nd of December, 1971, following the British withdrawal from its treaty obligations. 6 Emirates joined the UAE in 1971. The 7th, Ras Al Khaimah, joined the Federation on the 10th of February 1972. 31. Antiquity. Stone tools recovered reveal a settlement of people from Africa some 127,000 years ago, and a stone tool used for butchering animals discovered on the Arabian coast suggests an even older habitation from 130,000 years ago. 32. There is no proof of contact with the outside world at that stage, although in time lively trading links developed with civilizations in Mesopotamia, Iran and the Harappan culture of the Indus Valley. This contact persisted and became wider, probably motivated by the trade in copper from the Hajar Mountains, which commenced around 3000 BCE. 33. Sumerian sources talk of the Magan civilization, which has been identified as encompassing the modern UAE and Oman. 34. 9.4% Pakistani, 2.3% others, 11.6% Emirati Arab, 10.2% Egyptian, 6.1% Filipino, 12.8% others. Religion, 2023, Sunni Islam Demonym, S. Emirati, 5. Government Federal Islamic Parliamentary Elective Semi-Constitutional Monarchy, 6, 7, 8. President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, 9. Prime Minister Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum and Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince Khaled bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Legislature, Federal Supreme Council, Federal National Council. Establishment Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah 1708, Sharjah 1727, Abu Dhabi 1761, Al Quwain 1768, Ajman 1816, Dubai 1833, Fujairah 1879. Independence from United Kingdom and the Trucial States 2 December 1971. Admitted to the United Nations 9 December 1971. Admission of Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah of UAE 10 February 1972. Area total 83,600 km2. 32,300 square mi, 114. Water. Percent. Negligible population 2020 estimate 9,282,410, 10, 90-second. 2005 census 4,106,427 density 121/kilometer 2. 313.4 square mi, 110. GDP, PPP, 2020 estimate. Total increase. $779.234 billion, 11, 34th. Per capita increase. $78,255, 11, 6. GDP, nominal, 2022 estimate total increase. $501.354 billion, 11, 32nd. Per capita increase. $50,349, 11, 21st. Gini, 2018, 26.0, 12, no. 2nd century BCE Iraj found in Nuha archaeological site in Sharjah. There are 6 periods of human settlement with distinctive behaviors emerging before Islam, which include the Hafid period from 3200 to 2600 BCE, the al-Nar culture from 2600 to 2000 BCE, and the Wadi Suk culture from 2000 to 1300 BCE. From 1200 BCE to the advent of Islam in Eastern Arabia, through 3 distinctive Iron Ages and the Muha period, the area was variously occupied by the Achaemenids and other forces, and saw the construction of fortified settlements and extensive husbandry thanks to the development of the Falaj irrigation system. In ancient times, Al-Hassa, today's eastern province of Saudi Arabia, was part of Al-Bahrain and adjoined Greater Oman, today's UAE and Oman. From the 2nd century CE, there was a movement of tribes from Al-Bahrain towards Lower Gulf, together with a migration among the Azdite Khatni, or Yamani, and Qudar tribal groups from southwest Arabia towards central Oman. Islam. The spread of Islam to the northeastern tip of the Arabian Peninsula is thought to have followed directly from a letter sent by the Islamic prophet, Muhammad, to rulers of Oman in 630 CE, 9 years after the Hijrah. This led to a group of rulers traveling to Medina converting to Islam and subsequently driving a successful uprising against the unpopular Sassanids, who dominated the coast at the time. 35. Following the death of Muhammad, the new Islamic communities south of Persian Gulf threatened to disintegrate, with insurrections against the Muslim leaders. Caliph Abu Bakr sent an army from the capital Medina which completed its reconquest of the territory, the Ridda Wars, with the Battle of Dabar in which 10,000 lives are thought to have been lost. 36. This assured the integrity of the Caliphate and unification of the Arabian Peninsula under the newly emerging Rashidun Caliphate. In 637, Julfa, in the area of today's Ras Al Khaimah, was an important port that was used as a staging post for the Islamic invasion of the Sasanian Empire. 37. The area of the Al-Ain/Furani oasis was known as Tuam and was an important trading post for camel routes between the coast and the Arabian interior. 38. The earliest Christian site in the UAE was first discovered in the 1990s, an extensive monastic complex on Waitis now known as Surbani Yaz Island and which dates back to the 7th century. Thought to be Nestorian and built in 600 CE. The church appears to have been abandoned peacefully in 750 CE. 39. It forms a rare physical link to a legacy of Christianity, which is thought to have spread across the peninsula from 50 to 350 CE following trade routes. Certainly, by the 5th century, Oman had a bishop named John, the last bishop of Oman being at En, in 676 CE. 40. Portuguese era. A painting of the Portuguese Empire Debar fortress in Debar al-Hisn in 1620. The harsh desert environment led to the emergence of the versatile tribesmen, nomadic groups who subsisted due to a variety of economic activities, including animal husbandry, agriculture and hunting. The seasonal movements of these groups led not only to frequent clashes between groups but also to the establishment of seasonal and semi-seasonal settlements and centers. These formed tribal groupings whose names are still carried by modern Emirates, including the Bani Yas and Al-Bufala of Abu Dhabi, Al Ain, Liwa and the West Coast, the Dawaya Awania, Al-Ali and Manasur of the interior, the Shachian of the East Coast and the Khawazin to the north. 41. With the expansion of European colonial empires, Portuguese, English and Dutch forces appeared in the Persian Gulf region. By the 18th century, the Bani Yas Confederation was the dominant force in most of the area now known as Abu Dhabi. 42, 43, 44, while the northern Al-Khawazin, Al-Qasimi, dominated maritime commerce. The Portuguese maintained an influence over the coastal settlements, building forts in the wake of the bloody 16th century conquests of coastal communities by Albuquerque and the Portuguese commanders who followed him, particularly on the east coast at Muscat, Sohar and Khorfakan. 45. The southern coast of the Persian Gulf was known to the British as the Pirate Coast. 46. 47, as boats of the Al-Khawazin Federation harassed British-flagged shipping from the 17th century into the 19th. 48. The charge of piracy is disputed by modern Emirati historians, including the current ruler of Sharjah, Sheikh Sultan al-Qasimi, in his 1986 book The Myth of Arab Piracy in the Gulf. 49. British expeditions to protect their Indian trade routes led to campaigns against Ras Al Khaimah and other harbors along the coast, including the Persian Gulf Campaign of 1809 and the more successful Campaign of 1819. The following year, Britain and a number of local rulers signed a maritime truce, giving rise to the term Trucial States, which came to define the status of the coastal Emirates. A further treaty was signed in 1843 and, in 1853, the Perpetual Maritime Truce was agreed. To this was added the Exclusive Agreements, signed in 1892, which made the Trucial States a British protectorate. 50. Under the 1892 treaty, the Trucial Sheikhs agreed not to dispose of any territory except to the British and not to enter into relationships with any foreign government other than the British without their consent. In return, the British promised to protect the Trucial coast from all aggression by sea and to help in case of land attack. The exclusive agreement was signed by the rulers of Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah and Al Quwain between the 6th and the 8th of March 1892. It was subsequently ratified by the Governor-General of India. HDI 2021, increase 0.911, 13, very high times 26 current Suwaidahan, AED, time zone UTC plus 04:00, GST. Date format /mm//YYYY driving side right calling code +971 ISO 3166 Cody Internet TLD.A. United Arab Emirates Portal. Purple Portuguese in the Persian Gulf in the 16th and 17th century. Main cities, ports and routes. A painting depicting the burning of coastal town and port of Emirate Ras Al Khaimah during the Persian Gulf Campaign of 1809. And the British government in London. British maritime policing meant that pearling fleets could operate in relative security. However, the British prohibition of the slave trade meant an important source of income was a risk to some sheikhs and merchants. 51. In 1869, the Qubazar tribe settled at Khor al-Udaid and tried to enlist the support of the Ottomans. whose flag was occasionally seen flying there. Khor al-Udaid was claimed by Abu Dhabi at that time, a claim supported by the British. In 1906, the British political resident, Percy Cox, confirmed in writing to the ruler of Abu Dhabi Zayd bin Khalifa al-Nahyan, Zayd the Great, that Khor al-Udaid belonged to his Sheikhdom. 52. British era and discovery of oil. Daya fort at the hilltop. In 1819 it was the last Al-Qasimi stronghold to fall in the Persian